Nice to see you all today. It is Monday. How are you this fine Monday? Okay, I'm gonna open up over here so I can see. Maybe before we start into some of the card pulls and stuff, we'll just do a little grounding exercise to kind of keep us, or bring us all here. Not keep us here, but bring us here. Wherever you find yourself, just inviting you to just take this moment, whether your eyes are opened or closed, to just tune into your breath. Just noticing the inhale and the exhale, and wherever that might be falling, whether it's your belly, your chest, maybe it's just your nose, your nostrils. Where do you notice the inhale and the exhale? Maybe beginning to elongate the inhale and exhale to equal parts. So inhaling for the count of 7, and then exhaling for the count of 7. Whatever feels right for you. Really being purposeful with your breath. And noticing just the brief pause between the inhale and the exhales. You're the wave of that breath. We're going to call to the energy of that wave, that we can each be in flow as this week progresses. Knowing that at any point in time you're able to observe what is happening, or where it is you'd like to be or experience in life, and that is the moment in which becomes the point. Until then, everything is flowing, and you can flow with that wave of life by simply following your breath. And so on your next inhale, just breathing in fully into the chest, filling the heart. And letting it go as you open your eyes. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Fola. To those of you returning, hello again. Hi Dora King. I see you would like a card, so we'll start with you. We got sulfur already for you here. Usually these MOONday lives, we kind of just, hang out, talk about where the week is going, where we've been coming from, and pull cards. So if you'd like a card or runes or whatever pulled, you can leave a comment. That way I know. There's lots of sound apparently driving by. And we kind of just go with the flow here. But you can let me know in the comments if you'd like, where are you feeling things are headed for you this week? What's showing up in your worlds? There's a lot of fun potential here, and I was just telling my partner, it feels for me like I can feel like, oh, there's these things I want to be doing, creating, and it's just, and yet here I am in my space of how can I just respond to each moment and to life and the benefit of that, because sometimes it can get overwhelming thinking about all the things we want to do. Anyways, wherever you are, just recognizing it. Sadora King, to start us off, we have this sulfur card here, really about transformation, this alchemical symbol of sulfur. What is it that you at this point are hoping to create? And you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Wands in reverse here. So, you know, kind of touching on a bit of the inaction. You know, sometimes it's like we can get so overwhelmed with things. We can feel like there's so many desires of our heart. We can feel as though like the thoughts are just like, wah. But what if that could actually add something? You have more mastery over it than you've thought. So I'm going to encourage you, Dora King. Hello, Willow Tree. This week to maybe even write down what are like at least three thoughts of ideas that you've been maybe thinking about creating for yourself, and can you meditate on each one? There's going to be one I believe that like really is pulling you towards taking like the action step. Think of this as like the first step to creating or having something manifest. It is the swords, it's thought. Okay? And yet here we have the thought with the emotions, with the heart space. So sometimes it can be overwhelming to the heart. It can be overwhelming to the emotions, all the things going on. How can you call spirit in to support you with that expansion of idea, expansion of where you would like to see yourself? You are being guided here ultimately, and that divine communication that's coming through can come in meditation for you. This throat with the blue, the throat chakra, you know, really is like the center in which they say the divine communicates. You know, so like maybe something wants to come through that way for you, Dora King. Be willing to listen, and even if that includes going out and like looking at the sky, like the blue of the sky, and just spending time under the sky, there might be something there for you. Which is interesting because I say that I'm going back to these cards now. There's blue, the sky, and then the middle one has the clouds. This rain kind of covering and blurring. So maybe there's something there for you, Dora King, about that. So we're going to pull one of these cards for you. Anything else? Especially for this week. Ooh, I like this Queen of Swords card. So like regal. Yeah. And Willow Tree, if you'd like a card, feel free to let me know. I'll get to you too. Ooh. And so, as with all the readings, you know, I just tell folks, like, do what you will. The way I read might be different than other folks, and it's just the way I operate. So go with what you also see in the images, because we all read, we all have intuition, blah blah blah. Like it's up to you to tap into your own method, okay? And just use your own discernment, obviously. What I say is just words. So here, Dora King, we have safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying. So if you are planning on going somewhere, now is the time. Know that it's okay, and whatever, you know, again, those doubts or thoughts that might be showing up, and perhaps there's something here for you with that travel that can be an addition for these sorts of thoughts and the clarity around that, okay? Whatever those swords are, whatever the next steps are for you, definitely, yes. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know why, I think I said say yes, but I'm just seeing this, like, yeah, say yes, to trip, travel, experience in that way, okay? Ooh, that's fun, Dora King. Let us know if you end up going anywhere. Okay. I feel like I should talk a bit more about this sulfur card too, but I'm not sure if I really have anything to say. I'm gonna just hold it up so that the symbols can be seen by folks. This alchemical symbol of sulfur, that transformation, like the rebirthing. You know, we've got that salamander image there too, which is really cool. Noticing the like black sun, you know, so I think there's like this thought like sulfur's like not good, it's like a bad energy or something. I mean, it kind of smells, obviously, but What if in even those like dark periods, that black sun, what can it actually contribute to us in life? So anyway, just putting that out there. Okay. Oh, let us see here. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, of course. Nice to have you here as always. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe just encourage everyone, you know, like wherever you might be, as we come to this next like week and a bit. We have a full moon coming up here. It's the like kind of precipice to like the Lion's Gate, whatever that is, you know. Honestly, where are all these numbers? But 8-8. I mean, numbers are powerful. It's like where are we wanting to really see ourselves kind of going over the next little bit? And I think the energies there, our emotions, our thoughts can get really intense around this time. So just inviting you to check in with yourself, check in with your body. Ooh, hopefully you can still hear me. I don't know what just happened there. And yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's cool, Dora King. Yeah. Ooh, totally. Curious where you're thinking of traveling to. But you don't have to say if you don't want to, but I know we kind of had a little bit of a conversation at some point. Hey, Kaylee. Oh, thank you. Yeah, happy full moon. Is it today? I don't even know what's going on. Is it today, tomorrow? Anyways, if you'd like a card, anyone, you can let me know. I was just talking about the Lion's Gate energy. And, oh, I want to speak to, for those of you who are watching, who are in Edmonton area, like in Alberta, which is where I reside. We are going to be hosting something for people who identify as like practitioners or light workers, healers, whatever title you want to call yourself, in Edmonton on the 8th. So if that's something that you're interested in, reach out to me here, or however channel you do. I think it's on Eventbrite is where we have it posted. It's like a free event for people to come. We're going to have quite a few different like folks sharing their medicine, and really our hope is just to just hold the space, kind of bring like light into the earth and like create this grid that's going to support us. I think all of humanity, but especially people who maybe find themselves in positions of like, you know, supporting others, caregiving, nurturing. Super important that we also take care of ourselves, right? Dory King says, let some negative people out of my life. Yeah, so, you know, ooh, thanks for saying that. I had a conversation with someone just this morning even about that, and this has kind of been like showing up quite a bit, it seems, with different friends and folks, and recognizing in my life too the importance of needing to step back sometimes and spend time with self. You know, it's like, I think especially after all the stuff around like COVID and the isolation and separation that occurred, you know, it was like encouraged to just separate, and then there was a bit of like this rebound of like, oh my gosh, let me be around people, because it's normal and healthy, I think, to want to be around folks. But then also the need for us to really check in as to who or where we're being with our energy. Who are you engaging with? Who are you talking with? That maybe still, you know, every time you phone them or pick up like a conversation up, it has to do with some sort of, whether it's complaining or just like the same story being told. Like there's like themes in our lives, you know, and no one's perfect. You know, sometimes there might be days where it's harder than others, but really just recognizing the need to like, yeah, cut those people, or at least create some form of boundary, not really engaging too much with folks. And some people will say like, oh, you're not spending time talking to me anymore, or they might have another negative view about it or whatever. You have to do what you need to do for you. And just because as our energy changes, um, like your frequency is at a certain level, non-hierarchical, but just like, at a certain number, say it's like a 10, right? And if you were before at like a 15 and had certain people in your channel of 15 who also were at 15, now you're at 10, like you're no longer at 15, so you're going to be at this other place where new people, other experiences come in. And again, I don't think it's hierarchical from the place of like, well, 10 is better than 15 or 15 is better than 10. It's just different. And so say your like channel or frequency is like 289, right? And that's where you're finding yourself right now, and it feels good, and it's like, yeah, I really enjoy 289. But before I was at like 150, where I was friends with so and so and did these certain things and fed myself this type of food or whatever. Now it's like you're just switching to something else. And I don't know how much it's good for us to be constantly switching back and forth. I think there needs to be a bit of consistency in order for us to really bring in what it is that we want to see created in our life. So if now you're starting to operate at 289, and at 289 is where spirit's going to start to manifest like certain levels of prosperity or wealth, or bring forth a certain type of like career path or experience in your physical world, because again, everything is like operating in frequency and vibration, just different degrees of like solidity, right? Then how are you going to start to create that and keep it there if all the other stuff keeps putting you into the other place? Okay. And I say putting you in, but like you're putting yourself in that other frequency state. So this is not like a victim thing of like, oh, these people keep pulling me down. It's like, are you allowing them to pull you down? Which can be hard for people to hear. So let's just see, what are some easy ways for us to create some shifts with that so that we can start to really increase or decrease, depends again how you perceive it, but shift our energy. So we have the confusion card. Interesting. Well, yeah, okay, well, we're going to clear any confusion that there might be amongst anyone right now around who or what is contributing to your energy in a negative or positive or neutral way, whatever. So we're just gonna completely clear that, ask the angels to support. Thanks for being here, Willow Tree. Yeah. Please take care of this so I don't take up your time. Oh, I'm not really sure I follow you, Willow Tree, but that's okay. I'm not taking up time. You can check back here at some point when you're free. How do you lovingly let go of people who are at a different frequency than you, or do we let go? Kaylee, yeah, great question. I don't honestly lovingly. It's like, I think it depends on the person. For some people, we might have to actually have a direct conversation with them, and I think for others, honestly, probably my go-to is like just reducing contact, and there's folks, and it sounds horrible because there's like people that I find it's just like it's not resonating energetically for me to spend as much time with them anymore. And it seems as though like I'm declining, but also it's like it's just not aligning. Like my schedule is not aligning with their schedule. The invitations to do things, or the feeling internally for me is just like, no, like this isn't it. And so it feels bad. It's like, oh, I keep saying no. It's not anything about that individual necessarily. It's just like it's not matching the energy. But with people who maybe are really at like a negative space, maybe you're noticing it impacting you, maybe it's worth having that conversation, which is great practice, as long as you think that person may be able to take it, because some people just can't like register that sort of conversation. Unfortunately, it might add to more negativity. It might impact other people in your friends group, or people around you. And honestly, like especially when it comes to family, I would just say sometimes we just have to like, yeah, no, just say I need this for my self-care right now. Not anything about like I don't want to hang out with you or I don't want to talk with you or what. It's like I just need to care for me right now. And hopefully that can like be an encouragement for others. So I hope that helps. I'm open obviously to hearing from other people here. But if you've been doing to like just lovingly let go of people, but you know, it can come down to the fact that even when it seems like it's harsh or you know, telling someone something from the place of like I need space right now, I need to look after myself and just fill my time with like whatever that may be. It's different than being like you make me feel like blah 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 and I can't be around you. Like that's two totally different ways of approaching it. In this, what I'm saying is we're just looking at how can we care for ourselves. So using I language is obviously important versus you language. Just not always easy. But anyways, we've cleared some confusion about what it looks like, what those relationships that are no longer serving you, or what are those energies that maybe are adding to confusion for you. We're just gonna kind of give you that clean slate. Well, I'm not giving you, Spirit's giving you. Yeah. And discovery. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's almost like here's this being kind of being confused, not really sure, and then it's leading to a sense of discovery. So, what things are going to bring to you a connection to yourself? Like, that's really what discovery is. You know, we've got spirit here, we've got this wise being kind of like beaming the energy down, that like cosmos open, the connection to the earth and the connection to the self. But ultimately it's this like surrender to what is you. So drawing in the energy of discovery for you as you maybe start to learn and understand more about who you are and what you would like to see manifested in your life. So, you know, if especially if you're new here on this channel, like a lot of this stuff might not be making sense. That's okay. It's like speaking words, receiving energy, it's all the same thing. So whatever you're gaining from this experience, I want to just invite you to like just put down the like skepticism. You know, it's not, sometimes it serves us, but overall there's just no need at this point in time. The next little bit that you're here, what can you see as a contribution? What wants to show up for you? And that's part of that discovery energy as well. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Is there anything else that wants to be said about this? I like it. Discovering confusion. Like, how can we move from confusion to full on discovery? And there's a very much childlike energy to this. You know, seeing the pink here, that compassion for yourself, that no matter where you're coming from, what relationships you've been engaging in with your life, like just really acknowledging, that you get to release the judgment. No one is judging you. You're judging yourself. Do you know how like hard we can be on ourselves? I mean, I know I'm like this often. It's like, oh my God, like what are people thinking? And they must be like thinking this horrible thing and blah blah blah. It's like never like that. It's never the case. For the most part, I'd like to think. The times that it is, it's probably I'm like cluelessly just walking around. Anyway, no one is judging you. So whatever judgments you're holding of yourself about who you hang out with, where you be, what it needs to look like, whether those are your own or other people's judgments that you've somehow created as real, I'm just going to ask you to let go of those now. Just destroy and create it all. Good, bad, right, wrong, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, beyonds. And allow yourself to, you know, open to just receiving all of you. Okay, receiving and being in the place of discovery, of curiosity, of compassion for yourself, and knowing that, that is all okay. So we're going to pull one of these. Abracadabra with wings. So what does it say? Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So what do you want to create? What magical things are you hoping to discover? Because there's something there. It's been inside you this whole time. It comes usually from our childhood. And we've been told oftentimes, like, oh, that's like nonsensical. You can't really engage in that in your life, blah, blah, blah. What if you could? And what if by letting go of whatever wants to be let go of, especially relationships and other people in your life, that you get to connect to that inner magic? So just inviting you, if you have a space to just sit or lay down for this next brief moment as we connect to that abracadabra energy, that magical energy of like the inner child. So do a little guided process here and just receive the energy that's flowing, knowing that it'll share with you what it desires to share. Whatever it is that you're willing to receive is what you'll receive. And just beginning to notice that pink energy in your heart space. You can imagine a ball of light, a pink color. Just breathing that in your heart space. Maybe imagining it kind of growing with each breath, all that prana, that energy being inhaled, just going to just add to it. And then the universe, spirit, is going to start adding that energy as well from all sources around you. So we're just going to kind of like charge this ball of light in the heart space. And in that ball of light, I'm going to invite you here to just call to you your inner child. They might show up here at a certain age. Just noticing whatever you notice, knowing that it's safe to be in this heart space with your inner child, and recognizing the age in which they are at. Might be an age where there was a lot of curiosity. It might be an age where you felt like your curiosity was taken, things were really strict and constrained. Just noticing and maybe even asking your inner child about why they are the way they are at this moment. What do they want to share with you? And now we're going to just let your inner child know, as they are there in your heart space, surrounded with this pink energy, that you're ready to begin more magical experiences with them, to really tap into the magic that part of you knew. Even if just for a brief moment. There are times when your inner child was completely in the magic of life. Playing, make-believe, being imaginative and creative, being in story and in question. Just letting them know that you're ready to create magic with them. And abracadabra is like the magical secret word, so I'm going to invite you to just say to your inner child, abracadabra, 3 times. Like the secret passage opening up. Abracadabra, abracadabra, abracadabra. And breathing as that's opening and connecting you even deeper to what it is that is lighting up the heart of your inner child and lighting up your heart now, and seeing those two merging into one. So those old ways in which you would have fun, which you would engage the world around you as a youth, the curiosity, the openness, the passion, the excitement and fun, it's all linking now, and those insights are going to continue to come to you in the weeks to come here. The courage to walk through and bring this energy of that child into your everyday life now. No matter how old you are, how young you are, no matter your life experience, no matter where you're perceiving yourself, you know, right at this moment. Maybe it's like, oh, I always wanted to be an engineer, but I'm like working in a coffee shop. How do I make that a possibility? Like, don't even worry about the how. Just know that it's all going to come together. Whatever that heart passion is of that discovery and that magic. And it says right on the card here, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So, you know, luck, blessings, the universe is on your side. Things can start to show up for you. We've cleared away any confusion. Now it's opened this sense of clarity, this portal for you to really explore your heart. And knowing it's okay to let the things go that you thought it was, okay? No judgments, again, just seeing and asking, how can I let this go so that I can step more into this heart alignment, this great work? And so if your inner child has any last messages here for you, just inviting yourself to receive those clearly. You can allow that image of the inner child just to move on, knowing that you can connect there again at any time. And placing a hand on the heart, bringing yourself back to your body. Returning here whenever you're ready. So, yeah. Ooh, excited. And yeah, I keep getting this message of like, lately about the fact that we are meant to just be those kids again. Still learning how that all works. You know, you still have to adult in some capacity, but there's still, you know, so much happening. Hi, TNM. Yeah, I see you. So yeah, how can that show up for you? And what fun can it be? I guess I want to say, you know. So, a few announcements, I guess. Yeah, so hope is to continue these lives every Monday, and videos coming out on Thursday. Oh yeah, sure, TNM, I can pull you a card. And in the fall, I have quite a few different events and different like kind of workshop classes that are going to be coming out in person and online. So stay tuned for that. You'll be able to find out more soon enough, but if you're really interested in learning more tools about kind of how to manage your life and master your life and engage with, you know, your great work or that passion and your life purpose, it's something maybe to check out. And I'm here also learning with you. So, yeah, just really being curious of what wants to show up that way. So we'll pull some cards for you, TNM. Oh, wow, thank you. Oh, really? Oh, that's super cool. You'll have to let me know how your session goes. I'm glad that that interview gave some insights for you. That's super cool. It's so neat. Yeah, but even still, you know, like when I did the integration aspect of that interview, I think it was maybe like a few weeks or a week after, and then like looking back now, because that was done like a little while ago. It's taking time to complete it. It's like, wow, I can still see how this whole theme of power is like showing up, and how I'm like now. I kind of feel like now, like it's probably like a 3-month process, but like now actually like seeing the transitions and yeah. Anyways, so I'm excited for you. Yeah, yeah, sweet. Okay, TNM, we have the Lover's card. Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen this. And we have Salt. It's in reverse. I'm just gonna turn it around here. So what about like your love relationship with self and with others needs to be cleansed still? Um, You know, and it could be as simple as having a salt bath. It could be as simple as calling in the energy of salt. There's something about like the balancing of like that like masculine feminine thing, you know, and I don't know, I'm like, could you, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I've kind of, maybe that's why I was thinking it, or whatever, this image of like a salt circle around you and then drawing the line of salt in some capacity. I don't know, there's something about that, or it's like you being the line in between the salt. I don't really know what that is, but there's something there about that. TMN. I really feel like that's going to help with breaking any last ties of stuff around relationship and disharmony between like masculine and feminine energy. Again, internally, but also like in relationships. TNM. Oh, we got the Judgment card again. It's interesting too that we just did like that inner child meditation, because I'm seeing here, like, here's this angel blowing. We have the masculine and the feminine on both sides. And then there's also the child. So there's something about your internal world from your past childhood experiences that are still wanting to kind of be seen, I get the sense. And perhaps a ritual or a ceremony with salt can be helpful. Again, like, I don't, like, you know, you can just get salt and, like, just if you've ever done that with like cornmeal or anything to create like a magical circle around you. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. The King of Cups we have as well. Yeah, it's like this mastery of your emotions. Even when things seem tumultuous. Knowing that you still have stability because of the things you've gone through. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not that, it doesn't have to be that scary. You know, you can still be grounded. I think that's the main thing with this card. It's like there's green with the blue, and like the fact that the king is sitting on like a throne on water, you know? And there's even a ship behind him. So even though like life is happening, the chaos of the waves, like you can be grounded. I think earth, I guess it's salt, can be like supportive with the emotions. And then we have prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. So again, the balance, like seeing this image of the two with the line between. What else or how else can you bring that balance internally, which is going to also mirror into your other places of work, creation, life, relationships, so forth. Yes, remaining grounded is what I've been feeling I need right now. Yeah, I'd be curious, you know, maybe if you can look at like salt rituals or something, you know, like, because I'm really just seeing it like something with the earth and salt. And yeah, Epsom salts or a bath is beneficial, but like maybe if there's emotions or there's a need for like the grounding, the water, in the water can be healing. Like there's something about like honoring the salt and the cleansing abilities of the salt, the grounding abilities of the salt. Because salt is very much important. Even the ocean has like the salt in it, right? Which is kind of interesting. I'm not going to digress onto that. So yeah, TNM, if you're in this process of creating change with career, where and what is it that you'd like to see kind of manifest for yourself, spending that time, especially as we come, I think I might have missed a bit of this conversation with the Lion's Gate portal, or however we want to call it, you know, this time of like change, like, you know, I can't even tell you how many interesting things have happened to me on Lion's Gate, or changes of like my career. You know, I remember once going for an interview then, and there was like a solar eclipse that day too. So I was like legit going, and that was a huge change for me. It had been like maybe like 8 years, I think, working with one particular team program. I was walking into the building for this interview, and like there were people outside just about to watch the eclipse, so I got to see the eclipse like start with like one of those glass eye thingies. And then I'm like, oh, I could feel the energy. I went into this interview, and that created so much change in my life. It was very fascinating. So, you know, what is it you want to see? How can the Lionsgate energy, this 8-8, and all the things happening in the next several weeks support you? And if you are interested in connecting more, obviously subscribe here to the channel. I'm on Instagram as well, Deep Mind Squared. You can check out our website. We've got lots of different offerings, like our monthly memberships and some other things that are going to be coming out. So if you're interested in like energy work and other types of support, like spiritual support and guidance, card readings and such, you can reach out there. And of course, always open to receiving gifts and donations. I think we have the link in the description box, so that just helps support me to continue doing this work and engaging with you all, so appreciate that. But yeah, excited to see where this takes us. Oh, you're studying hypnotherapy. Ooh. Oh yeah. So neat. Okay, that's interesting. It's like you're going from like the very like masculine, like analytical to like this other side, which, you know, the feminine, like being in flow. So that would make total sense. Hi, Raven 916. Thanks for being here. Yeah, yeah, welcome folks. So anyways, I'm gonna let you go. And until next time, I will see you all soon. Okay?